So, a very good morning and warm welcome, dear participants, to workshop on business model canvas organized by IIC BPD ITM. Before proceeding, I would like to welcome our honorable chief patrons, Dr. Alka Gupta ma'am, chairperson BPD Education Group, Mr. Ras Sagar Das ji, President BPD Education Group, respected director sir, Professor Dr. S.S. Chauhan sir. Now, I would like to welcome our respected chief eminent speaker, Dr. C. Ram Kumar sir. Dr. C. Ram Kumar sir completed his undergraduate degree ECE SRM Eswani Engineering College, Chennai in the year 2020.
Aviral, you are mute.
He has presented 26 papers in national conference and 20 papers in international conference. He has published 4 papers in national journals and 28 papers in international journals. He has filed a patent in the area of wireless sensor networks. His achievements are remarkable. At present, he is working as assistant professor in the department of BME, Dr. NGP Institute of Technology, Coimbatore. Now, I would like to welcome our faculty coordinator, Dr. Preeti Mishra, ma'am, IIC President, Dr. Abhimanyu Kumar Yadav, sir, IIC Convener. Now, I would like to hand over the mic to our respected Dr. Preeti Mishra, ma'am, to welcome our eminent speaker.
Thank you, Aviral. Thank you, Aviral. I, Dr. Preeti Mishra, President IIC BPD ITM, wish you all and one present here a very good morning. I would like to extend my gratitude to Honorable Chairperson BPDEG, Dr. Alka Das ma'am, and President Shri Viraj Sagar Das ji for providing this wonderful opportunity. I welcome and extend my gratitude to respected Professor Dr. S.S. Chauhan sir, and I welcome and extend my gratitude to all the dignitaries and faculty members present here to grace the session. Now I owe a very warm welcome to our respected resource person, Dr. C. Ram sir. And Ram sir is having a very vast area in this field of innovation and all the related concepts, like he is also the innovation ambassador for this innovation council, and sir is having a very vast experience in all the fields which are required for the innovation council, and that is why we have requested him to give his precious time to our students, and now I request sir to grace the session with his words and let our students know more about the area. And the topic is today is the proof of concept developed and then its linkage with the innovation ambassador. So the engineering background students and the students who are interested, they must know what is the proof of concept. So it is actually evidence obtained from a pilot project which says that the idea which you want to run as a viable business is actually feasible, and you can turn it into a scalable business. So this is the meaning of proof of concept. And now I would request sir to take the dice and let the students know more about these concepts. Yes, sir. Sir, we welcome you again. Sir, you can start. Please answer. So we have enabled the multiple sharing.
Yeah, thank you for the nice introduction, ma'am. Can I start the session, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can start, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, warm good morning to all the participants for today's session. So I would like to thank the people who invited for me the talk to the most important topic on pitching event for POCs developed and a linkage with innovation ambassador. Before entering into the session, what's the theme behind this? Is this the topic? How much important? What the step-by-step process usually deals with? Like that, you need to understand why this much of topics has been introducing nowadays towards the innovation and by MHRD Institution Innovation Council. Actually, whenever you are having some ideas, that idea should be developed. That's what the importance behind this. So there are so many innovations nowadays. The things behind this is when you are getting some idea, it should be in a proof of concept type. Ideas can only be converted into POCs. Without POCs, the idea cannot be a successful one. In proof of concept, they will give so many statements like who are the target beneficiaries, who are the customers, how your prototype will be validated, how your prototype has been cleared by a ethical clearance committee, how much budget you are quoting, is the budget has been sanctioned by a authority, like that, so many things. After proof of concept, you are going for a prototype development. Before going into prototype development, you have to complete the proof of concepts. That's what the more important thing. Okay, so that is major thing behind this type of theme. So I will enter into the presentation. uh, can you stop presentation, ma'am, so that I will share? Yeah. Is it visible, ma'am? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Is
sir.
it
You are
visible?
audible and it is visible also, sir.
Okay, thank you. So why you are pitching the idea? What is the importance of pitching an idea? Because when you think your ideas is correct or not, it should be validated. So only we always say pitch your idea in some of the competitions which is conducted by any of the universities or any of the incubation unit, like that. Because when you are pitching some ideas, then you will start get so many feedbacks and comments on your idea. After that, you can rectify that ideas. What are the hurdles you might be facing while designing a prototype? Is the components is available in India or not? Is it acceptable by a human being? Is it a society related project? Like that, so many things you will get at things behind this. So you have to pitch your idea in some of the themes. Then only your idea can be evaluated. After evaluation of your idea, you have to prepare the proof of concept. So that proof of concept should be scouted, and there should be some mentorship support. Because the personalities who have much knowledge on this type of mentorship support, because an innovation ambassadors who will be a faculty of your institution will will motivate you and will show the path how to become a successful in your project or prototype. That's a major thing behind this. So you have to get a clear idea how your proof of concept should be scouted and how the linkage support will be provided by the innovation ambassadors. So what is the main elements we are going to see about today is design thinking. What is design thinking? How design thinking and critical thinking usually deals about? Both are entirely different. When you are taking some design thinking process, it should be in line with the critical thinking. When you are thinking about your prototype design, then it should be properly evaluated. It should be, the problem should be clearly identified, and you have to provide a solution fit to the market analysis. There are two types. One is solution fit, another one is market fit. A problem can be a solution fit and a product can be a market fit, where you are designing some of the product like capsule endoscopy, or you are designing some mobile phone, you are designing some Bluetooth gadgets or headset like that. It should be in the model of product. Then only the innovation should reach the market strategies. You have to analyze what the market deals about, how the market value stands with, how the market analysis deals about, like that. So after design thinking, you will get so many ideas. When you are whenever there is a need, there is always an innovation stands. No one have think about designing a mask in earlier days before corona days, because there are only two types of mask. One is surgical mask, another one is N95 mask. We usually follows that. Doctors are using surgical masks, and some of the lungs affected person or oxygen respiratory problem patients will wear N95 mask. That's it. No one think about so many innovations in mask, wearing mask or something like that. But nowadays so many themes has been identified. All are doing the innovations in mask or identifying corona diagnosis kit, like that. So many things have been arranged in the name of innovation. Whenever there is a need, that's the more important thing. Whenever there is a need, there should be an innovation. So you have to do the customer analysis. What are the current needs right now needed? For civil workers, there should be some needy things they might need. For mechanical engineers, there are some needy things. For civil engineer, for electrical engineer, for electronics engineer, for biomedical, for fashion technology, like that. Each and every groups needed some of the parts where they are struggling. You have to do that market analysis. After that, you have to bring some idea. After that, you do the design thinking. After that, you make the problem statement. After that, you have to provide the solution fit. After that, make it as an innovation, and the innovation has been converted into idea. Idea can be converted into POCs. POCs can be converted into prototype, and it should be converted as a product. Finally, it should reach the market fit. So that should be a business model canvas, and the B plan, which is now called as a business plan fit. So all the product doesn't reach the customer, even though the same type of mobile phone. You are having Redmi mobile phone, you are having Samsung, you are having Nokia. There are so many things. But when you are entering into a mobile shop, something called Universal or Purvika, some other mobile shop, sorry. So there are so many things you are searching for. It might be weightless, display should be more lengthier. I need, sorry, it should be more lengthier, it should be pocket friendly, it should be kept inside the pocket, like that. There are so many things you are thinking about as a business model, as a person you are expecting. In the theme of entrepreneurship, that should be, you might be an entrepreneur after designing your prototype or product. So there should be an attitude, behavior, and skill development for an entrepreneurship. How you are going to approach the customer, how your product can reach the customer, how the skill required by the customer to operate your mobile phone, like that. So many things behind the entrepreneurship skills and startup and entrepreneurship development. Who are your customers? Who are your target allogators? Who are your challengers? Like that, you have to do some of the basic thing behind the startup. Before entering into startup, there are so many things. Who are the angel investor? Who are the venture capitalist? Who are the funding allocation? How your fund has been categorized? How are you going to apply for your loan? Or you are going to enter into a MSME? Or you are going to do a shareholder business? Like that, all the things comes under the entrepreneur's development. So finally, you are entering into the pre-incubation and incubation setup. Finally, after everything has been hold up, you need to have your product as a your own rights. That's called an intellectual property and commercialization. IPR plays a vital role nowadays because so many dealers are ready to, after purchasing your product, they will check whether you have a patent rights or not. If you don't have a patent right, they will start using your design and file it before you entering into the patent right. So government has clearly stated that whoever may be an inventor, but the first applicant will be taken as the intellectual property ownership, because the ownership is the thing who is first applying for the entrepreneurship and intellectual property and commercialization. And coming to the final stage, this is more important, this TRL, MRL, IRL, and all. Because where your prototype currently fit into, it starts from TRL 0 to TRL 7. When you are having your own idea alone, it should be a TRL 0. When it is developed into an idea formulation, when you are pitching this idea in some of the process, then it will move into TRL 1. After the idea has been validated by some of the external agency, then it will move on to TRL 2. When the proof of concept has been cleared by the incubation setup, then it will enter into TRL 3. After the proof of concept, it will enter into the prototype development, it will enter into TRL 4. A product has been commercialized, then it will enter into TRL 5. And IPR has been commercialized, then it enter into TRL 6. When the patent has been enter into your entrepreneurship and the startup skills, then it enter into TRL 8. If you are having the incubation setup and consultancy activities, then it enter into the final stage. Like that, you have to move into a step by step process. That's what more important is. You have to do a step by step process. That's more important with this. Clear? So more important thing, you have to do the setup very clearly. So, what is innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem? So, is all the things are innovation? A textile owner is preparing a jeans pant. Is it innovation? A textile owner is preparing a baby warmer. Is it a innovation? Like that, so many questions. What is innovation? Is all the things claims under a innovation? Like that. So, you have to do the clear things. What the innovation goes behind this? What the entrepreneurship ecosystem develops with, what the ideas has been generated, what the ecology system deals with, how the Indian government usually deals with, like that. So many things behind the innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem. Whenever you hear the name called as innovation, yeah, idea should be validated and a prototyped, then only it is called as innovation. My dear friends, kindly be remember with this. If you are getting some idea, I am going to prepare a ventilator machine for a old age home, then it is not an innovation, it is just an idea. When you are designing and you are validating, you are pitching your idea in some of the third party vendors, then only your prototype is called as innovation. So as a HEI, higher education institutions, usually deals with this type of innovation and entrepreneurship, and MHRD is providing so many funds to the students community to develop more types of innovation and more type of incubation setup in India. So all are interrelated. Yes, science is always depends upon the industry. Industry is always needs the science. It might be a biological science, it may be a environmental science, it may be engineering science or anything. But always a industry is depends upon the science. So it is an interrelated, and academic entrepreneurship is the benchmarking between the science and the industry. And government and society is always depends upon the industry. Without industry, the government cannot able to run the society. Or whatever products you needed, always a society plays a vital role to depends upon the industry. So that's what we usually talks about, right? So coming to the main thing, entrepreneurship is always deals with this type of ecosystem. You need so many things for a proof of concept, because what the entrepreneurship activity deals with, you have to conduct the research. There are so many new entrepreneurs are there, you need to do the placements, and there are so many fees behind this, motivation factor, like that, so many things behind this type of proof of concepts. Because there should be a governing body, core internal stakeholders are there, who will take care of teaching, research, service and knowledge. There are corporate stakeholders, content stakeholders, commercialized stakeholders, financial stakeholders, system stakeholders. All these are external stakeholders. Whereas there are some internal stakeholders who might be a faculty, students, and management, because they are the peoples who are designing this type of prototype. Because a faculty and the students, yeah, in a team doing some of the projects, and with the help of management they are converting the project into a prototype. So you have to think very widely, clearly, who are the entrepreneurship behind this. A student with the help of faculties producing a academic entrepreneurs, who are the internal stakeholders for a startup. Because startup is entirely different, because startup might be inside your college itself, whereas a successful entrepreneurs have to pitch their idea outside and make it as a prototype. That's what we mainly deals with. So how your academic services are providing? Is it a university structure or their student own interest? It can be a group of combinations, where universities also asking some of the things, and students in their own interest they are doing. Some of them are content beyond syllabi, and some of them are for a project competitions, some of them are for a incubation setup, like that. It is a group of combinations where you can able to understand, analyze, and you have to evaluate, and finally you have to create some of the prototype. That's what the Bloom's taxonomy always insist the students will able to learn. These are the key things behind this. What the financial stakeholders will do, because whatever prototype, why the most of the innovations are stopped in few condition, is mainly because of financial commitments. Because as the students, we are not ready to invest more than 20 to 30 lakhs in your own innovation concept. If 4 to 5 lakhs I can able to manage, beyond that I need some of the financial support from a third party to make my innovation a successful. So you started involving your management, started expanding your entrepreneurship towards outside circle. That's what the financial stakeholders deals with. They will take 2 to 3 months of time, that whether we can able to provide our financial support. We have to discuss with the venture capitalist and agent funding support to the other peoples like that. So that's what the theme behind this.
Please,
Yeah.
sir. So your
Yes, ma'am.
presentation is not visible, sir.
Oh, 1 second.
Please reshare it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. 1 second. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Oh, okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. So entrepreneurship ecosystem is usually deals with what are the things. These are the entrepreneurship activity, and this type of entrepreneurship activity can name. Yeah, sorry. So that should be more motivational factor. And there are so many stakeholders, as I have already told. There are some content stakeholders who will take care of your contents alone. There are corporate stakeholders. They will take care of your corporate, how to reach the customer, who are uh, your neighboring partners, who are your competitors, like that. There are some commercial stakeholders who will give idea how to reach the customer, how to reach the foreign countries, like that. There are some financial stakeholders, there are system stakeholders. These all peoples are external stakeholders. You have to approach them, you have to pitch your idea to them, and you have to make a huge relationship with them until your product gets successful. And there are few internal stakeholders who might be students, faculty, and management. These are the potential entrepreneurship because they are the baseline for your innovations and prototype. They have to think how your innovation starts with, how your academic entrepreneurships are, how the importance and internal stakeholders deals with. So that's a more important thing nowadays. So that's what the theme states about. So how you are planning, planned behavior and value creation. So entrepreneurship, I have already told, attitude, behavior, and skill. These are the three terminologies who are deals with the entrepreneurs, because there should be some attitude, behavior, and skill behind every successful entrepreneur. If you take Ratan Tata, there will be something. If you take Bill Gates, there will be something. Like that, each and every successful entrepreneurship, they have their three key factors as their successful entrepreneurship. So, yeah. So, how I want to be, how I can be. I can be a self-employability. I want to become a social norms. I want to become a willingness. I am planning to be how the behavior should be. I am an entrepreneurship behavior. I was to become a outcome-based person. Like that, each and every people think about who I want to become. I want to earn more revenue is one of the statement. I want to reach my product to all the Indian peoples. That's the second thing. Even I might earn the money or not, but my product should reach all the customers. So I will give so low income. There is no profit, no loss. Neither profit nor gain. Like that, there are some themes. So you need to think about the operational competencies and entrepreneurial competencies. How routine value creation should be. How we always done. What are the process, optimization, efficiency, and incremental improvements. Always a product won't be a successful one in the market for a huge year. So you have to do the improvements in your project. If you are you people are using a same mobile phone which you used for last 3 years back? No one have that same phone because mobile phone is regularly doing the improvements in their products and reaching the customers. So as a human being, we are going for the new one. We are selling the old one, which we are using for last 2 years. After that, we are selling that product and earning, collecting a new things, purchasing a new things in the real time society. That was the operational competencies. There is always an incremental improvement. Whatever product or prototype or your innovation things you takes about, there should be an incremental increments in all the things behind you are choosing. As a entrepreneurship thing, that should the value should have for all the creation. Without value, you don't do any innovation. It should be a valuable one. If you are doing some of the innovation without value, no one is ready to purchase your things. Even if you are giving as a free to the customer benefit, no one is ready to purchase nowadays. If you are saying that I am ready to do this thing, then no one is ready to purchase as a free of cost. I am selling a petrol at a free of cost. If you pour this, uh, you will get 25 kilometers of free drive. Like that, you are selling some of the petroleum, but none of the customers is ready to take the risk because it is not evaluated. It is not a commercialized one. Then you are purchasing in a water bottle. If I am pour this at a free of cost in your bike, then my engine might get seized, my engine gets failure. Like that, so many things behind this. But if the same thing is selling by a Reliance company in their petrol bunk, then every customer starts purchasing because they are the corporate has been evaluated, and without ethical clearance they won't sell this type of items at free of cost to the customer benefit. So that's the more important thing nowadays. Hope this is clear for you. And the next one, who are stakeholders and what are the key beneficiaries? One is individual level. What is individual level? As I am a product innovation inventor, then there should be attitude, skill, motivations, and background. What is organization level? You have to transfer the infrastructure. You have to the organizational culture, because after you selling the product, there should be a proper infrastructure for their customers. Without that, no one is ready to purchase. And there should be organizational culture. Whatever things you are selling, they have an idea that okay, even in future also I can able to manage with this type of device. And there should be organizational practice. What are the initiatives, what are the service, what are the incentive system. Like that, you have to think widely how it can be an innovation one, how it can be a dependent one. Like that, you have to become a incentive systems to the organizational practice. And the third one is system level. What the innovation ecosystem deals with, how the government will take the actions, whether it will be acceptable by the government, or it can be problem for the ethical clearance committee. Is this the institutional configuration? All the things are automated one. Is that any man-made powers or support is required? Like that, the system level will deals about successful one, how the innovation system has been developed, how innovation is important to the society, to the learners, will create impacts. If yes, it is a type of flow chart. It will enter into level and also it will enter into level two. What is the level? Is the level of classification is important. Yes. Okay. Yes. Hope some of the participants have unmuted. Is it audible now?
No, sir.
Yeah. So when the what the learners usually expect from Did they expect your prototype is simple and more profitable and more easy to handle? Like that, the question usually deals with, because you have easy to handle the prototype. You have to easily evaluate it. It should be more convenient. Like that, the questions usually deals with. Sorry. So there should be an action-based entrepreneurial education. There should be some action where some of the process there is no need of action. When you are learning some of the facts, there is no need of action. When you are practicing some of the prototype, then there should be action, because venture creation will be there, value creation will be there, and sustainable venture creation in terms of startup corporate is always deals about. So that's what the society also thinks about. That's what the things we are doing nowadays to the education and the entrepreneurship system. And coming to the next thing, what the academic entrepreneurships deals about. They are the internet stakeholders, and they are the responsible person for all the innovations, ideas, proof of concept, and everything. As you are evaluating the proof of concept, you have to think whether our university has sufficient infrastructure facilities to conduct this type of innovation in our institution, whether we have support from the innovation ambassador or the faculty members to provide the mentorship support to us. You have to think about whether our management is ready to do the seed money or financial grant in aid to our prototype before entering into the idea support. Like that, there are so many questions. You have to clear all these things before you started working on your innovation. Without financial support or facilities, you can't able to do anything. Even a soldering machine or a soldering gun plays a vital role. You need to be accessible that one in your, it might be a project center, or it might be a innovation culture, or it might be as a incubation support. Like that, any product and development cell, like that, any under any banner they might establish that center. You have to think that, and you have to analyze this type of activity. So as university, academic, and entrepreneurship, these are the three Venn diagram, and all these three are interconnected by a single term called as academic entrepreneurs, where academic entrepreneurs is a combination of university, academics, and entrepreneurships. All these three grouped together produce a name called as academic entrepreneurs. So you have to think on the way where the academics can able to teach you, have uh, motivate you to do the research, how publish the patentable work, how connect with the external agency people, how make you to learn so many things behind this project. Where entrepreneurship is deals with the politics or government support, business or business model canvas, or industry support, or science and research, environmental, and media and society. Where university is provide the infrastructure support and the grant in aid financial support or seed money towards your project support. These three are the major role for the proof of concept to be get a successful one with the support of academic entrepreneurs. So that's a major theme usually deals about. They are the major area coverage peoples, what the things behind this, what the theme usually deals with, how it is incorporated with the values or the valuable things like that. How much the academic entrepreneurship peoples can able to provide the support to the third party or the venture capitalists, like that. So you peoples just having an idea, if you take inside your college itself, 100 people are ready to give you the idea right now in the right time. Another 15 minutes, they will showcase their idea. But only 25 to 30 people can make their ideas as a proof of concept. Out of the 30 peoples, only 10 to 15 people is ready to make their proof of concept into a prototype. After that, out of 15 peoples, only 7 to 8 people is make their prototype has been validated and analyzed. Out of that 7 people, only 3 people is ready to make their startup entrepreneurs. After that, only 1 or 2 people can make it into a successful entrepreneurs with the support of venture capitalists and angel funding opportunity. So the out of 100, finally only 1 people will get a successful one, and I wholeheartedly accept that your prototype will be a successful one if entering into our Indian society. Like that, you have to think in that way. There are so many negative feedbacks you might receive, but convert all the negative feedbacks into a positive. It might take 3 to 5 years to 10 years, even also 25 years. So start working on the negative feedbacks and make the clear corrections in all the negative feedback and turn it into a positive things. That's what the government usually deals with. That's what the scenario usually adjusts to. So what is the guiding framework? How to make a framework for the proof of concept? As entrepreneurship supporting universities, there is a entrepreneurship development cell who can teach and learn for the students community. And there should be a organizational capacity and provide a people support, because there should be a mentorship support. Then only students can able to visualize their idea and gets the feedback from the mentors who might be a faculty or an external agents who will ready to evaluate that, and providing so many incentives to this type of project so that they can work on the project without any hesitation, because financial is the major criteria for students community. Without incentive, they are not ready to start their project. And there should be leadership and governance, because management should regularly review their project, uh, as they are going in a correct path or not, is identifying by the university. And the entrepreneurship university as an internal institution, because they have to think this is their internal project, and with the support of prototype evaluation, this product can be launched in our institution itself. They have to think in that, and measuring the impact of the society as an entrepreneur university. Because how the impact should be after reaching the customer, whether they will get this type of mask or they will collect the surgical mask itself. They will purchase our N95 mask or they will purchase the surgical mask. Surgical mask is just 2 or 3 rupees, where N95 mask is 90 rupees or 100 rupees. Nowadays, they are reducing the quality and selling at the rate of 15 to 20 rupees as a N95 mask. How many layers of protection is there? No one is ready to analyze that part, because just we are looking into the money. Give me 20 rupees masks. That's it alone we are asking, whether it will be a surgical mask or anything. No one is ready to compromise the quality, just they are compromising the amount. That's it, right? So you have to think on that way. Always this is the benchmarking and your roadmap for your idea. Initially it starts with the idea, and the idea can be a business idea prototype, and you are pitching your idea in hackathon competition, some of them, and finally entering into the business venture. That's what the major theme deals about. So you have to think on that way. Ideas always converted into an innovation, as I have started earlier itself. Always an idea is entered into the innovation part. Wait, I will play this video. So coming to the last slide, as I'm running out of time, I will need to discuss more things because you might have questions also. uh, National Innovation and Startup Policy, which is called as NISP, and there are few coordinators from your students and faculty community. How important is this NISP deals about? Because always government is insisting 1% of nation, 1% of a financial year. You are spending so much of amount. It might be a 3 crores or 4 crores, like that. Your institution financial amount for the financial year 21-22, in that 1% should be given to the your incubation support innovation concept. If they are spending a 5 crores in a year, then 5 lakhs should be given as a seed money to the innovator who is making the prototype a successful one. That's what the NISP states about. And there are so many stakeholders who might be an inventor, who might be a education founder, who might be a successful startup founder, who might be a student alumni entrepreneur, who might be a faculty ambassador, like that. They are the part of NISP. And you kindly go through your NISP guidelines, how much fund has been allocated, and who are the supporting as an external stakeholder, and who are the supports provided by the internal stakeholder. Why this policy is implemented? Because government has established the new education policy, NEP. As all are familiar with this, nowadays the school and college education gets differ. Usually we study in input output system. Whatever input faculty is giving, you are producing as an output. Nowadays it changes to outcome based education. Whatever you are studying, you are producing, there should be some outcome. In which society they are implementing, in where it is currently developed, like that. They started doing their values and their mission. So roles and responsibility, as it is a linkage of innovation ambassador. What is the roles and responsibility of the innovation ambassadors? They should mentor to build up their innovative ideas and make their ideas to a challenges and opportunities provided. You have to make it as a faculty mentor. You have to engage in the training activities. You have to engage in the evaluation ideas, and there should be commitment and patience till the project gets closed. There should not be any change of mentor. There should not be any fight between the students and the faculty mentor. Always they will say, the students are not at all coming and visiting our sharing their views. They are not at all discussing with me. Always I have to ask some of the students to ask them to meet me, like that. So many things. It is a combination of projects. Both are have equal responsibility, and you may prepare a timetable and always be available in that time. So that's what the pitching of event, and how the innovation ambassadors type, and how the proof of concept has been evaluated. So I will open the forum for the students community to share, to ask few questions, or you can discuss about or what the things you needed.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, what is the best way to monetize a startup idea?
Sorry, repeat again.
Sir, what is the best way to monetize a startup idea?
Before when you are starting some of the ideas, my suggestion is to uh, get tie up with some of the incubation unit. When you are tie up with some technology business incubation, TBA or MSME support, then your idea has been evaluated properly. Your ideas has been easily evaluated. It can be easily documented because they will show what are the patterns going on. How is this any similar type of ideas they are working on that? Like that, they will start comparing your ideas and uh, you can easily evaluate it. After evaluated, you can easily able to monetize your idea and converting how much revenue can be easily generated. When you are designing a prototype worth of 5,000 rupees, when you are selling the same prototype for 20 to 25,000, there will be 500% of in revenue generation. So as a customer friendly, if you are preparing some of the surgical mask, it should be cost around 5 to 10 rupees. When you are preparing some mobile phone, it should be, the idea should have some 10,000 to 15,000. When you are doing some of the innovations in terms of hardware, then it should be more worthier and uh, uh, more benefit, and it should be more documented. Like that, it should, there should be a monetary benefit, because as we are working for the prototype for long years, then you will thinking about on the time itself so many monetary benefits should be reached. So my humble suggestion, tie up with the technology business incubator to get your idea a wider part. It should be a generalized one, because they will reach so many customers society. Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, my question is that how academic entrepreneurs can create a great impact in short time? Sir, in short period of time, I guess.
Because that's the major thing. You people start uh, thinking that yeah, entrepreneurs cannot get successful one in 6 to 8 months or 1 year of period of time. You people think with our final year project, during our final year itself, we will become a successful entrepreneurs. No one can able to become like that. Surely it will take 2 to 3 years of time, because you have to take the market analysis, you have to do so many customers, because business is entirely different from entrepreneurship. If you are running some of the juice shop or grocery shop like that, you will be a successful businessman. It will happen another 2 to 3 months itself. But an entrepreneur cannot get a successful one until your product reaches there. So in short period of time, if you are expecting, make your idea to be a presented one to who are a successful startup founders. If you are having some of the idea uh, in the theme of called biomedical application or healthcare application, just you have to get your hands hold up with some of the companies like Philips or Gifo or Vibro GE Healthcare, like that. If you have an idea on textile parts, then you have to tie up with the successful startup founders. If you need your ideas to be validated in short duration of time, because yes, successful prototype holders will make your prototype into a successful one within 1 or 1.5 years itself, because they are already reached their society. If Tata is launching some of the products, then automatically customers will start purchasing. You might get a monetary benefits in tie up or in hold up with Tata consultancy. Okay.